What's up everyone, welcome once again to the channel. It's your boy Luis and today we're going to be talking about Miss Alexie Brooks as our girl just managed to win the Miss Eco International 2025 title. Yo, this morning I woke up and my phone was blowing up and I thought for a moment, why am I getting cancelled? What did I do? What did I say? I just got back to the Philippines and literally it was because of Miss Alexie Brooks. Obviously, a lot of you guys were asking that I review her full performance, that I give you guys my comments, opinions and all of that about her journey. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today on this video. Now, just for transparency, I just got back to the Philippines. I was not actively following Miss Eco International, so this is going to be more of a first impression type of commentary. But as usual, I'll try to give you guys all of my thoughts and the first things that come to mind as I witness the journey of Miss Alexie Brooks. If you enjoyed this type of content, you know what to do. Go ahead and drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, be part of the conversation in the comment section down below as well. So, without further ado, let's stop talking and get into the reaction. All right, so here we go. Let's see what she got for us.
Miss Eco Philippines!
You know, I've said this in a lot of different reaction videos that I do for, you know, like full performances and whatnot, but first impressions are really important and they do matter quite a lot. One thing that I always appreciated about Alexie is her energy levels. I mean, she's always very commanding. She is high energy. She has a very positive aura overall. And that's something that we can see here in this particular performance. I mean, just look at the smile, the position of the arms. It's already, she's entering the stage in a victorious position, right? And I think it's a good thing, right? This is a first impression for a lot of the judges, the people watching from home, or just simply, you know, like casual pageant watchers who don't necessarily keep up with the whole competition. So this might be a first introduction to them. Now, I have a question for the team of Miss Eco International. As I mentioned earlier, I didn't watch the whole pageant just yet because I was traveling and whatnot, just arrived back in the Philippines. But what's going on here with the opening number? Like with the opening look? My girl, they got my girl wearing shorts and a little bit of a golden fabric as a top. But you know what? You know what? If everyone is dressed the same, we're just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let it slide. Nonetheless, the energy and the aura and the smile and everything is on point. Alexie, you go girl. All right, now we're gonna get into the
Miss Eco Philippines storms onto the stage as Mangayon.
national costume.
This stunning tribute to the Philippine Eagle radiates resilience and freedom.
One thing about Alexie, she will always bring an elaborate national costume. I can see that there is some sort of structure that is supposed to add movement to this national costume. Okay, so we can all see that, I mean, we can hear the description. They're saying that she is presenting an eagle that is a symbol of the Philippines and that might be like an endangered species and the habitat and whatnot. So of course she decided to go with a natural reference. Very fitting for the theme of the pageant, which is like Miss Eco. So anything that has to do with the ecosystem, with the nature, it's perfectly on brand. So now in terms of the national costume, I'm gonna be fully honest, I kind of prefer the one that she had here in the Philippines during nationals at MUPH. You remember like the one with the spider? That was really like a show-stopping moment. This one is pretty good as well. I mean, look at the attention to detail, the concept, all of it. And I mean, we haven't finished, but I can tell that she is just about to try to, like, I see her pushing on something, so I'm guessing there's a trick with the wings. But a part of me still likes the one with the spider slightly better. But still, this is very, very strong nonetheless.
Her work for women's empowerment and holistic health mirrors the eagle's soaring spirit.
I'm not sure if there's something broken in the back because the movement is not as pronounced as maybe I imagined when she moves the wings. You see like right there when she pushes, it's not that strong, but the overall look is giving. That's what matters. And I think it's valid to highlight that Alexie actually won Best in National Costume during her time at Miss Universe Philippines, and I believe she also won Best in National Costume here at Miss Eco International. So by all means, this is one of her strengths, you know, although supposedly national costume is not a scored competition, the girl knows how to excel in this particular category. Okay, so now we are getting officially into the top 21, which means evening gown competition. First impressions, what do we think? Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And listen, I know this might be a little bit polarizing because some people, especially here in the Philippines when she was competing, they will give her a little bit of a hard time because of her physique. They will say it's a bit too masculine, it's a bit too muscular, it's a little, you know, this and that. Alexie is an athlete, so that's what you can expect. But look at this dress, how it fits her perfectly and how it highlights her outstanding physique. I mean, there's no denying that this woman is in the shape of her lifetime. I mean, I will give anything to have those muscles. And another thing that people will point out when it comes to Alexis is, you know, the fact that she was a little bit more on the masculine side sometimes and with the androgynous look. But this particular segment is also the perfect example for me that, you know, Alexis can bring balance to the table. I mean, there's nothing about this competition that doesn't scream regal, feminine, delicate. It's just everything. Actually, just to be a little bit more you know, specific about the dress, I kind of appreciate this design on her a little bit more than the one that she wore during finals at Miss Universe Philippines. Remember, like the green dress that she was wearing? I think that this one complements her well. It's not overpowering. I like the little bit of a nude illusion going on, but also you know, like the choice of color. The yellowish golden dress really just fits her skin color so well. There's also some improvement here in terms of the performance. Remember, like before, they used to say like she smiles a little bit too forced, this and that is a little bit too harsh. I honestly think that Alexie cleaned up really well and was super polished and prepared for the international version of the competition.
Welcome.
All right, now let's gonna get into the Q&A portion, the first round, I believe. It's such a shame that there's no swimsuit round in Miss Eco International because Alexie's figure would have been killer in the swimsuit round. But you know what? It is what it is.
Philippines. Your topic is fashion that cares for the future.
Good evening, everyone. When we talk about the world we're living in right now, it is such a fast-paced world that we want convenience in a lot of things, especially when it comes to fashion. But we need to understand that fashion is not only about glamour or about luxury. It's about thinking about our environment and our contribution towards environment. In the end of the day, if we want to protect our nature and our environment, we need to stay sustainable, especially in fashion. Thank you so much.
Honestly, this is one of the things that I kind of forgot about Alexie, and it's the fact that this girl can speak so well, so eloquently. I mean, honestly, Q&A is just one of her absolute strengths, I will say, although she's very consistent, as I told you guys earlier, in the swimsuit round. I mean, she has the physique in the evening gown. She has mastered the elegance and all of that. But in the Q&A, this girl consistently can drop the microphone. There's something that I really like about her answer in that it is super simple, but she still managed to make a couple of valid points. First of all, she stated that fashion is not just about luxury and glamour, but that there has to be also a layer of sustainability and just being, you know, eco-friendly for the environment, because obviously we are so many on earth that if everyone is just focusing on the luxury brands and the glamour without thinking of the consequences of, you know, the fabrics and the production and the industries on the planet and the nature, the results will simply be catastrophic, right? Alexie has a way of expressing herself that she manages to get the point across without necessarily stretching it too much, dragging it too much, and it's just, you know, shame on me for, honestly, I kind of forgot that Alexie was such a good speaker, especially since I had an interview with her here on the channel. But you know what? This is refreshing my mind, and I believe there's a second round of Q&A, so let's see how she did. I hope she dropped the mic as well, but this first round was pretty consistent.
Shorts and to the home country of pageants, please welcome the Philippines.
It's funny how they branded already the home country of pageants.
Philippines.
She doesn't seem
Imagine
nervous.
the world in 2050. Wow, that's scary just to think about. Imagine the world in 2050. What's one thing you hope has changed and why?
Who?
You know, if you want me to be realistic, climate change is impacting our world right now. And the only
Yes.
thing that we can do is to act towards it. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, we have the same mother, even if we came from different nations. And we in here are brothers and sisters right now. And our mother is asking for our help. So we must save our planet Earth and we must take care of our Mother Earth. Thank you so much.
Yee! Honestly, wow, that was such a good answer. I mean, before we continue, I just want to take a moment to praise Miss Eco International because, as I said, I didn't follow this pageant. I'm usually not a huge follower of Miss Eco International, but the questions have been very, very good. Maybe I should make a separate video about just like the Q&A portion of all of the girls because I really like the questions themselves without, I mean, like, then we'll get into the answer, but the question per se, very, very strong and thought-provoking. Now, when it comes to Alexie, I really like, I mean, it just kind of goes back to what I was telling you earlier, the way that she answers the question. It's pretty simple, but yet she manages to make it impactful and accessible to everyone. And let me explain that. Pretty simple, because this is Miss Eco International. It's an eco-oriented pageant. It's all about nature. It's all about the environment. It's just like Miss Earth, basically. So, of course, climate change is a topic that you want to find and that you would expect to find in the Q&As and the different interactions of the contestants. So, for Alexie to answer her final question simply by saying climate change, it's kind of an obvious answer, but still very relevant and very on brand for what the organization is looking for and what they stand for, basically. Now, the way that she managed to kind of distance herself a little bit from the stereotypical pageant answer and what everyone would expect, which is the climate change, she made a comparison, and she kind of managed to bring it to a point that everyone can understand and that everyone can relate to. Just by comparing the planet and nature to a mother, we all have a mother. We all have a mother, and she basically said, we need to protect her. We need to protect her because we only have one of them. And that also applies to the planet. We only have one planet. We only have one ecosystem. If we don't take care of it, it's not like we can all just move to Mars. So I think that going with a very expected but deserving answer by stating that climate change is one of the things that she will be worried about in 2050, and comparing the planet and nature to a mother, it's something that everyone will feel the urge to at least do something to protect it. So I think that she decided to go more the way of grabbing us by the emotions than trying to preach and lecture us about climate change, which, if I'm being honest, I do prefer this approach. So super good, super consistent, Miss Alexie Brooks.
The winner of Miss Eco International and Miss Eco International 2025 is the Philippines!
Ooh. There she goes. To be honest, I really like the fact that she ended up holding hands with Indonesia because everyone on social media was going back and forth. There's rivalry between Indonesians and Filipinos and whatnot. So some people were saying Indonesia's gonna win, then Philippines is gonna win. And the fact that both of them ended up holding hands, it just adds to the suspense, and I don't know, it just makes it more interesting in my opinion. It's been such a beautiful journey, honestly, for Alexie. I mean, I've been covering her since she first competed at Miss Iloilo, and then she won that title, and then she went to Miss Universe Philippines, and she gained so much attention and support nationwide, so that was really inspiring to witness, the love and support of her Lola, and then winning the title for Miss Eco Philippines and eventually losing her Lola, going through so many ups and downs. It just feels right for Alexie to end her journey on this very, very high note, the highest note, I will say. And in a way, it's kind of a win-win situation because it, kind of closes her journey in such a beautiful way. But at the same time, it's a win-win for Miss Eco International. Although they have crowned quite a lot of girls from the Philippines in the past couple of years, and sometimes, you know, Filipinas end up as a first runner-up. So Philippines is very, very present within the top 5 of Miss Eco. Alexie is gonna be a good representative, as in a great title holder. She will bring the visibility. She quite literally has a documentary on Netflix right now. So I can see this being a very successful partnership for both the organization, Alexie, and also, of course, the national organization here in the Philippines as well. So there you go. Look at the people. Everyone's happy, cheering, supporting. So let me know down below, you guys, how do you feel about Alexie's victory? If you enjoyed this, don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one with more content. Thank you, guys. See you on the next one.